A flight on the Z67 G700 corporate jet with my TX16S transmitter. Yes, it binds right up to a multi-protocol transmitter. Alright, this is a fun little plane. I like these little 3-channel planes. Alright, let's put it into high rates. Okay. And launching. Alright, it was a full throttle launch. Backing off the throttle a bit. It scoots along pretty good. It's faster than you think it would be. This little 1S LiPo. Okay, let's bring it through here. We'll bring it into the wind. Turn it into the wind here. And let's come through here at full throttle and see what it looks like. Alright, that was full throttle. Can't force myself to stop using the rudder stick. There is no rudder. Alright, I wanna climb up to altitude, and I wanna just cut the throttle and see what it does. Alright, I'm gonna climb up a little bit more, and then I'm gonna turn back into the wind. The wind is at my back right now. So we're turning into the wind right now. We're way up there. Alright, throttle off. Throttle's off. Okay, flying power. And I don't know if that was the wind. It was drifting to the left, but it seemed like it was, you know, it was no drama. It was no drama. Power off, just letting it glide. So that's good to know, because I know that you know, I tested the failsafe. You know, I powered it up, put some elevator in it, put some differential thrust in it, and then shut off the transmitter. And after about, I would say about 3 to 5 seconds, it shut everything down. So at least you know if you lose contact with it, it's not going to fly away. And it looks like it's got a decent glide coming back down, so it's not going to get damaged. Always good to know, right? But you could fly this. I would recommend flying this one in something the size of a football field or a soccer field. Would be plenty big enough. It's got a pretty good turn radius with this differential thrust. You got to be careful not to overdo it. When you're low to the ground and when you don't have much altitude, because if you put too much in, you know, if you're real abrupt with it, you put too much in, it will nose down. So be easy on the controls in your turns, and they'll be pretty smooth, just like it is right now. And with a little back pressure on the elevator and a little bit of increase in throttle, you can maintain your altitude. But it's a nice flying little plane. I've never ever flown one that was an airframe that was a corporate jet. This is new for me. But it's a nice size, you know, for a 1S power system. It's a nice size wingspan. I think it's 440 millimeter wingspan. The airframe itself and the color scheme make it really visible in the air, which is really nice. You don't have any, I've never had any problems so far with determining orientation on the plane, even when I had it way up in the air earlier to test its glide with throttle off, I could tell what direction it was headed, which is really nice for these little planes. And I'm starting to get my haptic now. Let's come back around. We're going to go downwind here and then come back, turn upwind, and then bring it in for a landing. I've got my timer set for, I think, 5 minutes, because I'm never easy on the throttle. If you're easier on the throttle than I am, you'll get somewhere between 7 to 10 minutes of flight time. Let's see, I'm going to have to lose some altitude here. Alright, it's on its wheels. I'm calling it good, but it's a fun little plane. And one thing I like about this one, this little 3-channel plane, is it's got a decent landing gear on it. And also, it's got 2 pusher motors, which gives it some decent power. It's got a lot of elevator, you know, in high rate mode. I really like it in high rate mode. I've got some elevator in reserve, which is great. And I haven't had to do anything to it, you know, as far as ballast weight. It balances perfectly on the CG. With where the battery bay is located, I haven't had to add any nose weight or tail weight. So it's balanced really, really well. I would say it's just a tick on heavier on the nose than it is on the tail. Not quite a neutral balance, but it's very close to it. But with a little tiny, lightweight 3-channel plane like this, having it just a tick nose heavy is a good thing, because it makes it more stable. All right, and as you could see, when I climbed up and throttled off completely, it had a slightly nose down attitude and was gliding in just fine. So that's going to save your plane if a motor ever quits, or if you lose contact with it. When the motor's shut down, it's just going to glide down. You go pick it up and it'll be ready to go again. That's a wrap on this episode. Stay tuned, and I'll see you next time in the Tinkerz Lab.